like a crack addict, you feel me? How y'all doing, man? I'm doing good, you know what I'm saying? Today, we got Daniel Caesar's follow-up to his 2017 debut album, Freudian. In my opinion, his debut album had a unique mix of R&B and soul, including singles like Get You, Best Part. So we already know he is a proven artist. I just hope he's able to dig deep with this album, and if that sounds good, let's get into it. All right, first track off of Case Study 01 is Entropy. Let's get it.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Oh, how can this be if I found peace? Just how long till she stripped from me? So come on.
The thing I like that Daniel Caesar took a year off to make another album. Because like today it's like artists are always trying to put out albums, dude. Which I guess sometimes it depends on who you are as an artist. If you're upcoming, of course, drop a lot of albums. But him is which Daniel Caesar's not. He's not particularly one of my favorite artists. Like I enjoy his music and some of his songs, but I can see the growth and development that is taking place over a year. Yeah, over a year. So I really appreciate him taking his time, because it really feels like he's taking his time. And I'm only a minute and 3 seconds into the track. So yeah, let's continue.
Sometimes I bleed, not all at once, time flows when you leave. Only forwards, never backwards. Seek the darkness, seek the laughter. Raise my jersey to the rafters, and Mars consume me in the light. Oh, how can this be if I
So a lot of questions in the first track, a lot of reflection. That's a nice way to open up an album, with a lot of rhetorical questions concerning your emotions, how you've been feeling. 'Cause that's what I feel like an album is. An album is essentially a journal entry for your experiences over the past year. So that's why I don't really, like I said in the beginning of the video, that's why I don't particularly care for when artists put out album after album after album, because it's like there's not enough growth that can take place. So not to say his debut album was bad, because his debut album was nominated for a Grammy. So but this is really, I mean, it's a lot of self-reflection that is taking place, and that is taking place in this first track. So track 1, Entropy, I like it. All right, next track, second track of this album is called Cyanide. Let's get into it.
might end up in hell? Sweet melody, wind up your body on me. Your loving, baby girl, you know me need it. Let me fight for it, me achieve it. Sweet melody, wind up your body on me. Your loving, baby girl, you know me need it. Let me fight.
See, this is legitimately house cleaning music, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean to put I hope you don't put a negative connotation to when I say house cleaning music. Basically when I say that, it's just a vibe, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're washing the dishes at your house, you know what I'm saying? You're wiping the windows, cleaning the blinds, cleaning those baseboards, you know what I'm saying? And you throw this on, shoot, you feel like you got powers, like you just be going crazy. But yeah, like this, I really enjoy this track. I enjoy the vibe of the track. I enjoy the cultural influences that he's gotten from this track. Yeah, I like this track. So yeah. Next track on this album is called Love Again featuring Brandy. That's interesting. Brandy. When was the last time y'all heard Brandy? That's crazy, but let's get into it.
Oh, well, I guess that's what happens. The two fools be falling in love.
Y'all hear him?
Some pain and some passion. Nothing is ever enough. If you can take my hand, I promise we'll follow.
First of all, Brandy complements this track nicely with Daniel Caesar. Her voice and his voice intertwined, bro. Like, they complement each other very well. Now, I will say that Solange on this track, ooh, they need Solange on this track. I'm sorry, my camera fell. But anyways, yeah, they need Solange on this track, dude. Like, and I'm not trying to take away from Brandy or anything, but if they had Brandy and Solange, excuse me, on this track, man, like, but this track is already a really good track. Like, I really enjoy it. Man. That's crazy, but yeah, I really enjoy that track. Yeah, really enjoy that track. Next track on this album is called Frontal Lobe Music. Let's get into it. Oh, and featuring Pharrell Williams. Huh, let's see how this sounds.
Got sick and tired of always feeling lonely. Got this golden child shit popping with my homies. It's a Hellcat. Used to steal all my groceries and now I get to the racks. Used to be ugly but now I hit from the back. It's out from the front and I swear this pussy like crack. Nigga got rid of me, I like to hear that shit clap. I like to hear that shit back. I like to hear that shit. Nothing from home, the unknown is all that I know. Couldn't atone on the phone.
I feel like Pharrell was a really nice addition to the track. Both of them speak about the brighter sides to a relationship. I feel like, at least. And then one section of the song, it kind of contrasts with Daniel's memories of himself in his past. So he was talking about how like females didn't really necessarily find him desirable, or whatever, and then now it's like a completely different thing. His perceptions change, public perception, fame, all that stuff really changes, and that really goes to show that he's had growth in this time that he's not released an album, that I really appreciate. Like I've said in the past, I can really see that. Now, although obviously that's already been said before. Like, it's already been said. Like, he's not, like, with this last song with Pharrell, he's not saying anything that's necessarily new. It's just the way he's saying it. And can I mention that on this album, his vocals are impeccable. His vocals are impeccable. Songwriting is impeccable. Even though I don't think he's writing all these songs fully, but nonetheless, it has been good so far. Next track is called Open Up. Let's get into it.
Talking unless it's about me or philosophy. Can we just get down to business, and when we're all finished, then we'll have a reason to speak.
That's one of the unique things about Daniel Caesar and his writing, his vocal inflection, his voice, is that he can talk about having relations with someone and it not being um, and he can make it sound um, he can make it sound good, but not to the point where it's like straight vulgar, if that makes sense. Like he says it in a way that's appealing. Um, and I'm having to think of these words because this channel is PG-13. This channel, there's no, I'm not gonna say any cuss words or anything. Gotta love the kids, man. I love the kids. I love the kids. You know what I'm saying? I love the kids. You know what I'm saying? Um, but as I was saying, um, I just love that. I mean, he's able to talk about that and it not sound weird. And I like that. So, yeah. Next track is called "Restore the Feeling," featuring Sean Sean Leone and Jacob Collier. Okay, let's get into it.
Right now I can't seem to fight the feelings, demons here weighing on me. I'm hanging by my pride, my energy.
Now I will say I didn't care that much for Sean or or Jacob Collier. I'm not too familiar with those guys. I didn't really care much for them being on the track. And they didn't add much to the track. They didn't add another element to the track. And that, in my opinion, at this point, is the low point on this album, which it's not bad. I mean, I'm 6 tracks in. He's 5 or 6. Not bad, but this is the low point. I'll probably get this track a couple more listens. Yeah. Next track is called Superposition. Let's get into it. Oh, and featuring John Mayer. Let's get into it. Now, I will say that was a really cool track. Um, I love how the production and him really matched. The production, the energy of the production, the energy in his voice matched. The instrumental matched too. So as his vocals peaked, so did instrumental with him. And I like that. I like that. Next track of this album is called Too Deep to Turn Back. Let's get into it. I love how introspective he is on this track. Although I don't necessarily agree with him with what he said in the track, but I do like it when artists are vulnerable on their tracks, because sometimes, like, due to public perception, people forget that these people are human. These people have emotions. So yeah, I just love how introspective he is, how honest he is, how open he is. Because, which I don't put these people on these pedestals, but a good amount of the population does put them on a pedestal. They're required to be just perfect role models and things like that. When in reality, they're just like you and me. They were blessed with a gift that gives them a lot of attention. So, but yeah, I love the honesty. I love how introspective he is on this track. I really do. Next track of this album is called Complexities. Let's get into it.
Now that I know what I know, there's nothing new under the moon. Spent many nights.
The last track on this album, Are You Okay? Let's get into it.
Chef boy, I see some cooking up trouble like woe is me. This shit ain't easy. I know I pissed my girl off, but oh heavens, why she leave me? Why she leave me? Chef boy, I see some cooking up trouble like woe is me. This shit ain't easy.
So, my final thoughts on Case Study 01. It's a dense body of work. He put together some nice features such as Pharrell, Brandy, and John Mayer, who add another element to this album. The thing with this album is it wasn't just another love story rewritten, because that's all a lot of R&B, not R&B, but contemporary R&B is nowadays. A lot of soul is just love songs rewritten, and this was something deeper than that. Daniel Caesar was able to provide a project that was fresh, a project that was lively, a project that most of all was enticing. So Daniel Caesar's Case Study 01 is a... So, tell your auntie about me, you know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe for more music reactions and reviews just like this. Until next time.